Let's see what we got going on. 15-minute chart. All right, we got pre-market highs. I like this. I like this pre-market high level. I really do. Pre-market highs at where is that? That 23,520 level. 23,520 level. Pre-market highs up there. Right, tapping into a gap, so I really like that. Let's see, we have another level. Kind of right here, we got equal lows down there. And then we got another level. Bro, there's a lot of good levels today, dang. All right. Marked out the levels on the chart. Let's see what's going on the 1 minute. We're pushing above VWAP, pushing toward that. Let's see. What up? Good morning. We got a level marked out with a pivot point. I really like this level right here. We're gonna tap into a gap too. We're gonna be tapping into a gap, so we'll see what happens. Man, it's so early. I don't like when the levels hit this early into market open. We'll see. We got room right at that gap. See what happens. Saved my XFA yesterday. I was in 1700 drawdown. Now I'm 300 bucks. Bro, I've been there. I've been I had one time where I was $20 away from blowing funded accounts. I was $20 away one time from blowing a funded account, multiple funded accounts, and I took the perfect trade. 0 drawdown, perfect trade. I literally thought I was gonna blow the accounts, and then somehow, I don't know how, but yeah, I took the perfect trade and got out of that drawdown. It was freaking wild. But yeah, it does feel good when you're in drawdown and you get out of it. Good feeling. All right, we're pushing. We have a gap up here. We have a gap paired with if you look on the 15-minute chart, interesting area right here. We have this major liquidity, and then we have a gap that's unfilled. So could potentially take out this liquidity, fill this gap, and see some selling pressure off that. Oh, do we have any news today? What news do we got? We got... Today's what, Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So we have consumer confidence at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. we gotta be careful for 10 a.m. news. All right, filled in that imbalance on the 1 minute. See. One hour? Is there a 1 hour one too? Let me check real quick. Is it aligned perfect? Is it aligned with that? Oh yeah, why? Wow, okay. Yeah, there's a 1 hour gap there too. I like it. I like this area. One hour gap, 15-minute gap. What's the 5-minute look like? Let's see. And a 5-minute gap. There's another gap on the 5-minute too. Wow. Pretty much every time, most major time frames have a gap up there too. So could be a big, and a liquidity area, so could be a big reversal area. See what happens. We had a little bit of a pullback to fill in this 1 minute imbalance here. Let's see. Filled in that 1 minute imbalance, tried to respect it. Now disrespecting that 1 minute imbalance, closing below. There's the next 1 minute candle. So, but we got a lot of support right here, right? Got a lot of support. Since it's going down, we sell, right? Ideally, that's what you would want to do, yeah, but I'm staying out of it. I like this level up here. We have a pivot point up there. A lot of going on right here for a potential sweep and a reversal off that. Yeah, simple. Trading's simple, right? When it goes up, you buy. When it goes down, you sell. I don't know why people make it so hard. Oh, I took out that, looks like it's just taking out the, I took out this first liquidity point. Reversing off of it. Beautiful tap on a support. Woo! All right. Somebody just made my first trade yesterday, up 100. Nice. Nice. Now manage risk. Make sure you manage risk correctly. Don't be the person that ends up having a losing trade and then holds and holds and holds and holds and then blows your account. Always have a plan, always know when to get out. Worst case scenario, know when to get out and stick to that plan. Did we sweep this liquidity down here? No? Well, set this little internal low. Alright, bouncing off view op right now. We got view op right where that 200 is, so bouncing off view op. Yeah, just take a loss before it gets worse. Don't ever, like, holding a trade is not a good idea. It's holding a loser, I mean. I've seen people and average into losers because they don't want to take a loss, so they keep buying to try to average into this trade, and then they get heavier and heavier, and bro, it's not a good idea. Better to take a small loss on a trade and just wait for, another entry than to hold something you shouldn't be holding. At this point, right, I had that issue when I was starting out trading, taking losses. Now it's like, honestly, I don't have a hard time taking losses, because when you have a plan and you have like a invalidation point, I mean, you just have your invalidation point on every trade, and if it hits stop loss, it hits stop loss. The trade didn't work. But holding something, I mean, something I don't have a problem with anymore. I used to, though, when I was starting out. All right, we're pushing back up. See what can happen here. Let's go NASDAQ. So far, the price action is pretty decent today. I like it. I like it. We're going for this. I think we're going for this pre-market highs up here. About to take out pre-market highs. So leaving behind an imbalance. All right. Is this pre-market highs? Let's see it. All right, filled. Man, so close to taking out pre-market highs. Got a lot of sellers stepping in right before it's hitting that high. So down here, it took out this kind of internal liquidity right here. We still got more liquidity down there it didn't take out. Leaving this imbalance here. See if it fills this imbalance. It may want to come back down and try to fill this imbalance here. Left an imbalance in the market here. I'll mark this out. Right, so we got this imbalance right here. See what happens. Price may want to come back down, try to fill this imbalance before going back up and trying to take out those highs. See if it holds this imbalance. We got 10 a.m. news. We got to be careful. About what, 17 minutes till the 10 a.m. news. All right, here's this imbalance. It's getting filled. It's not going to look good if it closes below, but we'll see. We got a lot of support down here too, so. Where's that imbalance? Trying to hold it. We got 30 seconds till the new candle will open. There it is. Trying to push out of it. There it is. There's the push. Nice. What are you trading on? Ninja Trader. Nice. Will they hold it? Will they hold this imbalance to go higher? To take out this high. I actually like that it filled it before. I like that it filled this imbalance before taking out the highs. Right, so now if we do end up taking out the highs and coming back down, we got room. Bruh, this is... August has been such a hard month for me, man. They ain't lying when they say August is the worst month to trade. Look at this crap. Like... Unbelievable. Bouncing off view up. Got a lot of buying pressure. Obviously, I'll view up again. That's like... Here, let me take this call real quick. Wow. Bruh. Are you serious? Like, what am I supposed to do here? Bruh, it came so close to freaking taking out that level. What is wrong with the market these days? The amount of times this has been happening this month is freaking wild. This is crazy, man. Freaking insane. I got another level down there. This is pre-market lows down there. See, is it? 23,370. Oh no, that's not pre-market lows. Pre-market lows is down here, 23,370. Yeah, that's not pre-market. That's another. Unreal. Yeah, this is the 1 minute. I'm on the 1 minute chart. I got some levels marked out on the 15 minute. Really wanted this level to get tapped into, but now it's coming back down. This is kind of what I wanted to see. Is it first? I wanted it to take out this level before it made this move right here, but we're getting this move without it taking out that level. Freaking sucks, because this is the move I was looking for. Ugh, come on, man. I'm hoping that we can get out of August has been such a freaking hard month for me. I've been getting a lot of this crap where it's so close to taking out this level and then just like reverses right before taking out a level I have marked. By the bounce. We're below view op. Gotta be careful. If I get a good setup, I'll take it, but you know. So far, we're just kind of in this range here. Not really. We haven't even taken out any. Well, we did take out a major level on the 15 minute. If you look, right? There is a major level right here it rejected off of, but I was looking for this top because this is pre-market highs. Anytime I have like a major level right next to another major level, I prefer price to take out both those levels, right? Before coming down. And this level looks way better to me than the first level, but it ended up taking out the first level instead of the level I wanted it for it to take out, but it is what it is. Kind of sucks, but so now we have this bottom level. We have a lot of liquidity down here. A couple levels down there that are pretty interesting to see. Paired with pivot points too, so another so right, price is kind of popping back up. We could get a rejection off of this gap right here, right? Could get a rejection off of this gap, or it just does stupid crap and just pushes up, but a lot of resistance up here. A lot of selling pressure going to be coming in here. If it inverses this gap, it's not going to look. Literally did the same thing again. Look at that. Tap right next to that major level and then starting to reverse off it. God, this has been such a hard month. Price action has been crazy. Like, it's taking out major levels, but it's like it took out this one, right? I don't know if I'm just being a little too I'm being cautious. That's the thing. See? It took out this first one here. inversing this gap, potentially start moving up here. We're above VWAP. Now we have a gap here. Try to fill in this gap. This is a view up area. It's kind of a little bit of a dangerous area to trying to hold this. It's filling in this imbalance down here. I don't know if I should take this. I'm gonna try this. If it closes below the gap, I'm gonna get out, but we'll see. If it's holding that gap, I'm gonna be very tight on my risk. Super tight. Oh, crap. I'm in too heavy. Crap. What the flip? I'm gonna de-risk right here. De-risk there. Let's have a TP at these. At this imbalance over here. I'm looking for it to take out these highs now. We're looking good. It's got to hold as long as it... I think if it can come back up. Stop below the... candle close below that gap. I'm going to get out if it starts looking ugly. It's been very choppy, so... kind of looking for it to go up and take out that pre-market highs up there. Pre-market highs at 23,522 with a gap on an hour chart, 5-minute chart. There's a lot of resistance there. Starting to form a little bit of a gap on the 1 minute here. I like it. Once you do risk the shot up, I know. I got in a little too. I didn't want to get in with 2 contracts. I didn't realize that I had. I don't know why I had 2. I'm careful because this is my funded accounts, so I'm just being cautious. We're getting the movement. We're above VWAP, so we're looking good as long as this doesn't freaking start to chop. We got news in 5 minutes. If this doesn't hit TP in 5 minutes, I'm gonna get out early. I'm not gonna be stuck in the news again for this. I really don't want to be stuck in news. So we got 5 minutes till news. If this doesn't hit my TP within before news, I'm gonna get out. These are funded accounts, so I'm not about to get caught in some crazy price action on funded accounts. So we'll see here. Hopefully it hits TP before news. We got 5 minutes, so we're looking good, but sometimes during news we can get a little bit of a chop sideways before news. Push him back down. Maybe it comes back down to fill that imbalance before going back up. We got support down there. We got VWAP. We'll see what it wants to do. All right, we filled that imbalance. Come on, NASDAQ. Freaking... Oh... Watch, I'm gonna get out before news, and then this thing is gonna spike. News is gonna cause it to spike right up to that pre-market highs. I can almost guarantee you that's what's gonna happen. Hurry up! News is coming out, you freaking idiot! Come on! Hurry up! What is wrong with you? Come on, push it! Push it! Oh, you freaking idiot. God, Nasdaq's pissing me off. I know what's gonna happen too. 57, we got 3 minutes till news. 3 minutes till news. 2 minutes till news almost. Oh my gosh, hurry up. This is giving me too much anxiety. This is Ninja Trader. Come on, bruh. Ah, freaking A. I'm gonna get out and news is gonna spike it right to pre-market. I know it. I just don't want to get caught in news. I'm not gonna. Oh my god. This is wild. This is so dumb. Please hurry up. Freaking A, this stupid chop. I hate this, man. I hate this so much. Dumb Nasdaq. Stupid news, too. Bro, it wants to go up there. It freaking wants it, but the news is not allowing it to. Nobody's buying in right before news. We're not getting the push that we want. Let's go, let's go. I got less than a minute left. I got my finger on the sell button. If right before news, I'm out. Freaking stupid price action. I know news is gonna make it go up there. Watch, mark my words. News is gonna cause it to go right to my TP. Right before I get out. Or after I get out. This is BS, dude. This is freaking... Alright, I'm out. Freaking A. Ugh, this sucks, man. Watch. Watch it. Watch it hit my TP. What did I tell you? Bro, this hurts. This freaking hurts. I sold because of news. That's the only reason I sold. I wasn't about to get caught in some wild price action. I said if this doesn't hit my TP before 10 a.m., I'm gonna get out early. So I had to get out. But I said I knew it wants to go for those highs, but I don't want it to do what it did last time, where it stopped me out and then went for those highs. So I'm just being cautious, just because these are my funded accounts. I'm not about to get caught in some wild price action in my funded. So sucks, but it is what it is. I gotta follow my rules. I can't break my rules. I think it wants those highs up there, those pre-market highs. It likes it. It wants it. Yeah, I'll probably tank. I don't know, I still think it wants those highs, but the fact, right, this is kind of a red flag for me. The fact that price has done this came up, almost taking out a major liquidity, and then tanked right before it. Did kind of the same thing. Took out one major level, didn't take out this one, so. But, oh, I didn't really, I'm up like 50 bucks across 10 accounts or whatever that is. Yeah, it's like 500 bucks. I'm up like 500 bucks across 10 accounts, which is nothing across 10 accounts. So we wait. Let me see, I always gotta make sure. Got out of my. All right. Looks like I should have held. Nah, I shouldn't have held. I said I was going to sell before news, and I had to. Even though it wasn't red folder, but orange folder. Sometimes even orange folder, you can get some wiki price action on orange folder. So, it's better not even to risk it. If they were evaluation accounts, I would have risked it. I wouldn't have cared. But the fact that these are funded accounts, I'm not about to get, you know. There's my TP coming up. Freaking A. I told you. What'd I tell you? It's going to hit it. It wants that pre-market high. We'll see what it does. Maybe I'll take another entry. If it takes out that pre-market high, gives me a decent setup, maybe I'll take a quick stab at it. Kind of risking what I made a little bit on this trade. If we don't support above this right now, we're cooked. Yeah, we're kind of cooked. Once it gets back below, once it gets back below this gap, where it's not looking good whatsoever. Oh my gosh, if we start closing below this gap, it's looking really ugly for the bulls at the, like, you know, people that are trying to target this high. Right, my entry was like right there. So remember I said getting into this trade, I said if we close below the gap, I would get out just because it's not looking good. At that point, we're probably going to go back for the lows. We do have a gap we can hold here, but I would rather take a very small loss than hold for that major loss. Because you can always get in if it goes back above the gap. You can always get in, so I would rather take a small loss and not risk taking a massive loss than, nothing wrong with getting out and then getting back in if you see it. But that can turn ugly too if you don't know what you're doing, because then you're just trying to get it back into losing trades. It could turn ugly too. So. Bro, I'm telling you, August is one of the hardest months to trade. If you haven't traded, for me, this August has been really hard to trade. If you've seen man, it's been a lot of... I'm hoping September gives us better price action than this. So, I really do think we're gonna take out that high. I mean, that's kind of the next level that it would, you know, theoretically that's what it wants to take out, is that it's a pretty big level up there. It already took out all this liquidity down here, right? All these kind of levels we had stacked down here, right? It's already taken that level out. I mean, not to say we do have a major level still down there, but the fact that it took out all those levels, I mean, this is kind of the next level it looks like it wants to go for. How fast it'll get there, it's not getting there fast whatsoever. It's just... I'm assuming news... No, news didn't do much. It actually didn't really do anything. Yeah. But you never know, right? Like, sometimes... I mean, I've seen orange folder news, like... Yeah, I've seen orange folder news, you know, do some... seesaw price action where you get, like, up and down moves like crazy. And then sometimes you just get nothing at all. It's freaking, Never know. You can kind of sometimes... I don't have level 2 up. You can kind of look at the book, right? If you had level 2 up, a lot of times... before like a major news event, if the book starts to thin out, that's a red flag. Like if the book starts to go, you know, starts to thin out a lot, that could be a red flag that we're gonna get some wild price action from news. I'm up 440 because I chased those fast up and downs with one mini. Dang. It's like this is a scalper's, this is good scalping. Good scalping price action. Man, why does it have such a hard time getting to that level? It's wild. Wild. Yeah, but 440 is good. Here, alright. While I wait for this, give me a second. I'll be back in a minute. And there's TP. Wow. Wow, NQ. Wow. I should just lock myself out for the day, but not till I lose it all. Yeah, I've been there. I feel like I've been through everything you could possibly go through in trading. That's a freaking... There it is. Took out the highs, now it's dumping. Pretty much hit TP to the T. It hurts to see. Hurts to see that TP would have got hit. Man. Unreal. What you gonna do? Did it fill in that imbalance? It did. Now we just needed to bounce off the gap. This gap right here? Yeah, it's got to hold this gap. If it doesn't hold this gap, I mean... Ugh, we could look a little ugly. So far, this was the best move of the day. Look at that look at that pivot point. Look at that, bounced right off that pivot. So I like when the levels align with the pivot, bruh. Right, we had a major level here. We had a major level right there, right? Big liquidity area. So far, this was the best move of the day. I had to just get out early, obviously, because of news. I wasn't wanting to get stuck in news, so I ended up getting out a little early off this trade, but TP ended up hitting. But yeah, swept, right? This is what I like to see, right? These three factors playing into it. Right? We pushed down to a major level. We took out the major level and we got a V-shaped reversal out of it. V-shaped reversal out of it, closed above the gap, and look at that, move up to the next liquidity. Buying or selling? I was buying earlier. I bought into this I bought off this right here. We swept this major level. I bought in right there at this like 23,474 level. I ended up selling early up here because I didn't want to get stuck in news, so I got out a little early. Price ended up hitting full TP, but and I said that before. I said before news even came out, I was like, watch, I'm gonna get out early because, you know, get out early because of news, and then it's gonna end up hitting my TP. It's exactly what it freaking did. So, like sometimes, right, what price will do, I mean, what news can do is actually propel price to the draw on the liquidity, right? If you have a major level that you think price wants to go to, a lot of times news just propels it faster to that level. But sometimes we get this, like, it will propel it to that level, but we get this whipsaw action where it, you know, it drops heavy first and then rips. So do I need to screen record on eval? No, you don't. You don't. So, there have been instances where Apex was wanting people to. I think when they were getting payouts, Apex wanted some people to take screen recordings of their trades just to prove, you know, of their strategy and stuff like that. But no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that unless Apex asked for it. What's the difference between the PP line and the blue line above it? The blue line above it is, that's a level I marked out. The pivot point is an indicator. So, like, the yellow PP is an indicator. It's called pivot points. And the blue line is the level I marked out. So, I love to see this. When I mark out a major level and it perfectly, like, it aligns very closely to a pivot point, that just gives me extra level of confidence in the trade. But you can see, right? We have pre-market highs up here, and there's a big gap up here. So a very major level. So I marked out these pre-market highs, and it just happened to align with a pivot point. Same thing with this low down here. You see this low? It took out this low, and it aligned with that pivot point. So when it took out that low, it bounced off that pivot point. So these pivot points just give me extra levels of confirmation when I'm in a trade. Or taking a trade, right? Just like, almost like double the resistance. So are you investing now after it passed? No. Initially, the first trade I was looking for was for it to take out those highs. Once it took out this major level right here, I was figuring, okay, we took out all these lows. We're V-shaping out of it, meaning we're getting a lot of buying pressure coming in. So we inverse this gap. So my theory was we inverse this gap, and my theory is we want to go for this high up here. And that's what we ended up doing. But now that we took out this high, I mean, there's not really any setups. It took out the high, but it's not giving me any good setups. So see what it does. This could be a reversal area here. Price could reverse, but now wouldn't be a bad entry. Well, there's no like, it already took out this level and had a sell-off. So, right? So now it's kind of a little bit more iffier when it comes back up. It's already taken out the level. So the second takeout, like, it's not really high probability anymore because it already took it out one time. So we'll see what price does. And there's no gaps too, right? Well, obviously, like, I trade inversions, right? Like gaps that get inversed, right? So liquidity sweep, take out a major level, gap gets inversed. That's how I take a trade. So 3 factors of me entering a trade, right? Sweeps a major level, V-shape reversal out of it, and then, right? And we're going to a next liquidity point. So here, right? Like, even this one, it took out that major level, but it never inversed any kind of gaps. There's no gaps really to be. We ended up bouncing off this imbalance here perfectly. So paired with a view op. Yeah. We have to wait for that level to act as support. Right now, it's still acting as resistance. Yeah, exactly. So once this starts breaking out, and like pushing up and starts closing kind of up here heavy, once it pulls back, it's gonna act, it most likely will act as a pretty heavy support level to continue going up. So as far as the, let's see, 15 minute. Right now we do have a like, so this gap kind of right here, right? We got this gap here. Once we kind of inverse this gap and get a closure above this gap here, I mean, it could very likely want to go for these highs. We got another set of highs up there. We got another set of highs up here, paired also, right? See, paired with a pivot point, pretty close to that pivot point. So, all right, right now, it inversed it on the, yeah, inversed it on the 1 minute chart. So now, right, we got an internal level here. It could potentially come back down. If it comes back down, this is not my strategy, so I don't want to trade something that's not really my strategy, but theoretically, right, it could come back down and take out an internal level before kind of holding this level as support, takes out an internal low while bouncing off this major support level to continue going up. And we're kind of, when's the 15-minute candle close? We're getting, what time is it right now? Right now it's, so 10:30, so, so 10:40, 45, we're gonna get a new 15-minute candle close. So, oh wait, no. Wait. No, 10:30, sorry. 10:30, so like 6 minutes till that new 15-minute candle opens up. Can you explain gap? So gaps are just imbalances in the market. You got gaps on 15-minute charts, you got gaps on hourly charts, and just these gaps, like for example, right, this gap right here took out a major level, gap got inversed, so I'm thinking it's going to, right, a next liquidity point, which was this level here I had marked out, and ended up hitting that level. So now, right, and when price hit this level, what ended up happening, right? Price took out this level, and look what happened. Price came back down. There was another gap here. It was already filled, but you could see how price moves up, like this area right here. You see how price moves up, pulls back down, it fills this gap, and then starts trying to push back up. See, these imbalances, price likes to fill these imbalances to potentially continue going in the same direction. And it's kind of a red flag when price disrespects an imbalance, right? It's kind of a red flag. That's why I love to have my entries off of imbalances that get disrespected, because then we're kind of going for, in my eyes, the next level of liquidity after we took out a major level. So see how, like, we have a gap down here? Like, eventually this gap is going to get filled. And you see what happened here? Look what happened here. Price ripped up. It left this imbalance here. And look what happened on a 1 minute chart, this imbalance. It pulled back. It filled this imbalance, and now it's continuing to go up. So, and pretty much, right, a gap is also when you have, like, this is going to be easier to see. So when you have this middle candle, see how the top of this candle does not touch the bottom of this candle? So it leaves that space in between. Versus everything else, see how the space is filled here? There's a tiny gap there, but mostly the spaces are filled. So that's what a gap is. I hope I explained it good enough. Yeah, between the wicks. So like here, right? The top of this wick does not touch the bottom of this wick. So it leaves this big space, which is a gap. And then if you go, there's on different time frames. So if you go on a 15-minute chart, right here, I have this space highlighted because the bottom of this candle does not touch the top of this candle. So you have a big space here. So now see, price is inversing this gap. It's about to, we got on a 15-minute time frame, we got 3 minutes until a new 15-minute candle opens. And if that new 15-minute candle opens above this gap, that means this gap got disrespected, inversed. So now we could potentially want to go for these highs up here. Oh man, so yeah, no problem. But like I would say that the two major things in the market, gaps and liquidity sweeps or sweeps of lows and highs, are like the two biggest things I think to look at in the market. Market likes to fill imbalances, and it like gaps, imbalances is the same thing when I say imbalances. So market likes to fill imbalances, and it likes to take out liquidity before moving in a certain direction. So like, right, before moving higher, before we got this big move up, right, liquidity got taken out. This level got taken out before that move up. I'll top tick at 606. Wait. Oh, it's not closing yet. 606. That was. Dang. Right before that. Hold on. So that we got 30 seconds left till that new 15-minute candle opens. Let me go on the 15-minute chart. Kind of curious. We got 30 seconds. If this candle closes above this gap, it inverses it. So 15 seconds left. Kind of interesting to see if it's going to inverse it or not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inversed. So it inversed this gap. Pretty bullish price action here. The fact that we inversed it. I mean, now we could potentially pull back, take out internal liquidity before moving higher. So bullish right now. We're very bullish. We're above UOP. We're above the 200. We just inversed that 15-minute gap, so we could potentially want to go up. But just because price wants to go up does not mean it's just going to continue going up, right? Price moves like a wave. So, right, just because it wants to go up, it may have these pullbacks down. Like maybe take out an internal level, take out some lows down here before continuing to move up. So that's why it's important to try to wait for price to come to you. What a lot of new traders try to do is, oh, price, I know the draw on liquidity. Or I know price wants to potentially go up for those highs up there or whatever, and they'll just buy in instead, and then end up getting stopped out because price pulls back. I see these videos all the time, and it's just, like, to me, it's freaking hilarious how... I think I saw a video actually yesterday. A guy... So, a dude was shorting, right? What was it? He ended up getting stopped out. Like, on a move up, right? He ended up trying to go long. He ended up getting stopped out. And then... He didn't go short, like... He didn't go short here. And then he ended up going short at the bottom. And the theory is like, if you didn't go short at the top, right? Why are you entering short at the very bottom of the move? It makes no sense. And that's just FOMO, right? A lot of people get FOMO. And it's like, same thing with this kind of price action. If you didn't buy kind of down here, if you didn't go long in this area, why in the world are you going long up here? Isn't it better to wait for price to pull back to like at least down here, try to find a support, and then go back up with price instead of trying to, you know? Because look at it, it's pulling back. So people that are buying up here are like, oh crap. Oh crap. TikTok's making me do a puzzle. We have detected inactivity during your current live. Complete the verification to continue. Bruh. How is there inactivity? I'm freaking moving around and talking. Bro, I'm so skinny that I can't even I can't even, camera can't even detect me. No, I ain't skinny. I ain't skinny. Alright. Except my mouse is so sensitive that... My computer... I need to get a better computer for streaming, because, this computer is having a hard time. Did you take long at 48? Let me complete this verification real. Alright, I did it. 48? I went long at, the closure above this gap here, right there. I went long at, I'll tell you exactly what price. Yeah. I went long at, 23,474. 474, 475, up here, down here. What is PP? That's the pivot point. PP means pivot point. So you have different pivot points. I don't know what the S1 means, but these like little lines you see on the chart. S1, right? S2. These are called pivot points. And you see how it respects these pivot points, right? Look at this. Look at this red pivot point down here. Look at this. It like pretty much perfectly bounced off that pivot point. And then same thing up here. You see this pivot point? How it like... Now I don't take trades off of them. I use them as like gauges. Like if I'm in a trade or extra levels of confirmation, if they align with one of the major levels I have drawn and that pivot point aligns with it, it just gives me extra confidence in the trade. Or just look at your purchase as well as the average cost dropping. Your purchase as well as the average cost dropping or lowering as well in your order log. I don't have to look at my order log because I know exactly. I have a very... I enter my trades off the closure of like here. When this gap got inversed, right? And this 1 minute candle closed right above that gap. That's my entry. So my entry was the open of this candle right here, which was 474. So I can tell you exactly my entry price without even looking at my order book, because it's just how I enter my trades. But yeah, I could go back in my log, but I don't need to because I know exactly where I entered. Normally, a pivot point is either a daily high or low from previous day. I gotta look how it calculates it. I don't know. I mean, it's an indicator. It does some calculation, I think, based off of... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how it marks out those pivot, but they do work really well. Yeah, it could mean support. S could mean support. And the fact that they're red, right? Like this one's gold. So maybe some people use it as like when they're in a trade or something. I don't know. Like maybe averaging out a trade. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that these levels hold up really well a lot of times. Ugh. Go to your daily chart. I don't know if it... Let me see. My chart only goes to... Let me see, hold on. Oh, hold on. Daily chart. No, I mean... The thing is, I don't have the pivot points on the daily chart. So I don't... Okay, let's look at... I can actually just look. Alright. So let's say previous days high was like 23,614 was previous days high. 23,614. 23,614. No, it doesn't. Because look, you have a pivot point right there. Previous day's high was like up here. So it's not previous day's high and low. I think there's like a mathematical calculation, or I don't know how it does. I try to look it up. It's actually, I'm kind of curious to see how it calculates these pivot points. Sorry, I didn't. What if the red candle goes down? Does that mean money is being lost or money is being made? So all these red candle and green candle is so for example, let's see, like this red candle here, right? Price opened up right here, right? You got a closure, 1 minute candle opened up right there. So the top right here is that 1 minute candle open. All this means is price opened here and then it immediately dumps. So anytime price opens or price closes lower than when it opened, it's red. So that's why a lot, like this candle right here, see, it opened right there. It opened right here and now it's red because it's below the price that it opened. And when you see it go above this price at open, it turns green. So, and these wicks, that means that's the lowest, that's the lowest it went during that 1 minute. So, this wick right here, price opened up here, it went a little above, ended up dropping down, and then it closed right below it opened. So, it's just price action of where price went within, oh crap, where price went within that minute. So see, when it opens up, look, anytime it goes below, it turns red. Anytime it goes above the price it opened, it turns green. And the wick is just where price ended up tapping. So see, price went up there, it pushed down, it formed this wick. Do you think slightly different from long term? As I check for myself, do 1 or 2 trades points right now. Yeah, it's not bad. Top is still acting as resistance. Well, we'll see if it holds as support. It's tapping back into it as support. No problem. But right now, see, it's pulling back. We got a lot of support down here now. And if you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see it more clearly, right? So these wicks up here, obviously we had a lot of resistance up here. The fact that these wicks tapped, rejected. So now that we closed heavy, now it's pulling back into those wicks. So now this has to kind of hold as support for it to continue going up. So we could see if this ends up holding as support. It did inverse that gap, so we could take out like an internal level of liquidity before moving back up. Maybe it holds this as support, takes out an internal level, and then moves up. We'll see. Because price moves like a wave, right? It's not going to just go up all the time. It's going to have pullbacks. So if you want price to continue going up, your job is to wait for a pullback and get a good entry for price to go back up. So let's see if it happens. We got an internal level here. Let's see if price ends up coming down, taking out this internal level, and then bouncing off it. Going to 415. Where's 415? Oh, dang. 415. That's way down there. You think price is going to go all the way back down there? You think that's the next level of, I don't know. It's the thing, you never know. I mean, it is pretty, in my eyes, it's pretty bullish, the fact that we inversed that 15-minute gap got inversed. So, in my eyes, it's still pretty bullish. I personally think it wants to go for this. I think it wants to go up here to 616. I think that's the next draw on liquidity. Yeah, in my eyes, that's the next draw on liquidity is up there. But, if price, it's going to start looking ugly if price closes below this gap here. Right? If price kind of comes down and starts closing below this gap here, at this point in time, if it does close below the gap, I think it's going to want to go for these lows hit down here. This is NQ futures, NASDAQ futures. Order block now. Yeah, it's bouncing off it. We're going for low or London. Yeah, whatever that high. I think we're going for the high, but bouncing off the pivot point again. Pivot point for the win. Pivot. Man, I thought it was going to take out this internal low before it. I figured it was going to at least take out this low down here before it moved up, but nope. Bounced off this right support. And you can kind of see on a 15-minute chart, I said it has to hold this support down there. It's like, right? Old resistance, once it breaks, turns into new support. So when you see wicks like this, and then this 15-minute candle closes way up there, what ended up happening? This 15-minute candle opened, and look, it pulled back into this support level. This major resistance now turned into support. Boom, major support level, bounced back off that support. It's just rebalancing kind of itself to go higher. And the way I kind of think about it, right? Price kind of like up here, it doesn't have enough buyers in order to continue going up. So when it doesn't have enough buyers, right? Price starts to kind of go down. There's more selling pressure. More selling pressure until it gets to a level where buyers start stepping in again, because now it's a better buying opportunity down here. So buyers start stepping in again and it moves back up. Is this on TradingView? No, this is Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader. So now we're kind of, I don't know, we're still. You passed those 4 evals yet? No, I didn't. I'm trying to focus right now more on my funded accounts. I know I definitely want a funded separate account for trading this and some crazy stuff. Yeah, having different accounts for different strategies is a good thing to have. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. How do you know when a new candle will start? Well, it's just time based, right? These candles, every minute a new candle opens up. So I'm always looking at the clock, like, because I know every minute opens up. So like this candle right here, right? We got 30 seconds left until a new candle opens up, another minute. And then when you look on the 15-minute chart, same thing on a 15-minute chart. Every 15-minute candle, every 15 minutes a new candle prints. So yeah, I do have a timer. I don't know. Yeah, you can't see the timer. I have a timer on my chart. And, I mean, most brokerages, they don't have a clock. On Ninja Trader, I have a timer. There's like a thing where you could just set a timer at the bottom of your screen. And then it counts down. So it'll say time remaining equals. And then it'll give me a countdown until the next minute candle opens up. But yeah, you should be able to find, and the reason I have a timer is because, right, my entries are like inverse, like like this entry that I took here, right, this gap got inversed, and I buy at the 1 minute candle, like once a new candle opens up, that's when I buy in. If a new candle prints, closes above the gap, that's my entry to get long. So that's why a lot of times I'm counting, I'm going 5, 4, 3, because I'm looking and that candle closes back up above that gap. That's when I enter. As soon as that candle closes, that's my entry, and then we go up. Appreciate your detail in the chat. No problem. Yeah, I don't mind answering questions if you have any questions. And like, right, if you're new to trading, Apex is a great, if you're new to trading, Apex is a great prop firm to go with. Either you could just get a simulated account, not waste any money, and not, but the downside of trading a simulated account with zero, like, you know, zero money involved is like, you don't get the emotional aspect of it. But I mean, Apex, it's like $33 for account. So if you do decide to go with like Apex, make sure you size down so you don't blow accounts left and right, right? Because that can get out of hand. But if, you know, if you can buy an account from Apex, $33, you have $33 invested, so you have a little bit of emotions in it, not crazy. And then you can, if you can make that account last at least all month, then it's like a win-win. You have the emotional aspect and you're not investing a lot of money into it. And then once you get good, you can scale up. Well, I'm not trading. I like learning and theory and principles inherent. Oh, that's, yeah, that's a good sign. If you like learning about it, it's, I also like it. Like, even if I don't expect to take a trade, I still like to watch what price action does. I mean, it's good to see kind of, try to predict price action and see how it does and watch how price is moving. I couldn't find the $33 one. It was around 86. I'll look again. No, you have to like 80 Apex is 80% off. So if you use the code TUZ, if you use the code TUZ at checkout, you should be able to see once you go, it'll drop the price to $33. Because it's 80% off with that code. It's a good advantage for trading, investing. Yeah, for sure. How do you pronounce your name? It's Tuziak. Tuziak. We're kind of starting to form a bull flag. Potentially gonna rip out of this bull flag. Take this gap out. I don't like my chart to be too cluttered. When I have a bunch of, like, I don't know why. I like my chart to be clean. Now you can see better, like, oh, look at this bounce. I'm looking for, like, other... We bounce. We have a gap here. It ended up closing below that gap, but... Never took out this liquidity. You can pronounce it that way if you want. Price is too high for future expansion. Let me tell you why. Price is above midnight and 8:30 open, so therefore shorts are the play into discount. Not a bad theory to have. And then long 415. That's what I'm watching for. 415. Yeah, I mean that would be my next level. Although I'm trying to like guess where price is going, I'm not taking any trades here. It's just not my strategy. Like for me, if I was to this 616 level up here would be a possible short entry, maybe. And then a next long entry for me, yeah, would be that 414 level down there, 414. But, right, it did inverse that 15-minute gap. That's why I'm saying, I don't know, we're kind of bullish. The fact that we inversed that 15-minute gap, I think we still want to continue going up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we got room. Because you see, right, once this gap here gets inversed, right, we don't have any more gaps. We don't have any more, like, pretty much a straight shot for these highs. And look how bullish on the 15-minute time frame. Look how bullish we are. We're bouncing off this support. You know, it's not to say it's going to continue going up, but as of price sits right now, right? As price sits right now, I think we're more bullish than bearish. Once we get below here, like I said, once we get down here, below this gap here, then I'm like, okay, we're probably going to go for those lows. But as price sits right now, it's not showing that it wants to go down there yet. Why 15 minutes and not 5 minutes? It just gives a zoomed out. So it's like, the higher the time frame, like the stronger the level is, typically. All right, we're starting to sell off. Are we going to get a... But yeah, I would not be buying. I would not necessarily want to buy here because we're like, I don't know, we're... Unless it's a very quick scalp. So, yeah, a lot of... In the shorter time frames, you get a lot of fake outs on the shorter time frames. That's why it's typically best to do your analysis on a high time frame. And then the 1 minute should just be used for like, you get your like sniper entries on a 1 minute. So you get a better entry on a 1 minute chart. So that's why you see these blue lines. I have these blue lines marked out as major levels. And then I go to a 1 minute to take trades off, to like snipe the entries off those major levels. So you wait for price to come to you, and then you kind of like get a really good entry. Yeah, there's a 1 hour fair value gap there too. No, I'm using I'm using MNQ technically because I'm trading on the micro chart. So I'm on the MNQ 925, September 2025. I think we're gonna roll over soon, though. When is this? I don't know when the rollover is, because these contracts are almost expiring. Typically, it gives me a notification when it's rollover time. And then people will start to kind of shift over to the next contracts. It's so funny because people don't know that you're supposed to roll over. Eventually, price gets very slow on this contract. They're like, why is price moving so freaking slow? And that's because everybody's already moved to the next contract. So as it gets closer to that expiration, price kind of starts to not move as well anymore. Oh yeah, is it gonna be December? Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. It's freaking wild how fast this year flew by. It's already September. This is wild. I feel like it was just New Year. I feel like the year just started not long ago, and now it's already almost the end. I don't like it. I don't like how fast time is moving. Somebody slow it down. And what sucks is I feel like the older you get, the faster it moves. Like I remember when I was like 18 and like time was moving so slowly when I was like in my teens. And the older you get, it just like moves faster and faster and faster. I can't imagine when I'm going to be in like my 40s and 50s, I can't imagine how fast it's going to move. It's going to be volatile. I'm just going to look back and I'm already going to be like in my 40s and 50s. My theory is the older you are, the more days you have under your belt. So day is less and less, faster and faster. I think it's not less and less faster, but more faster. What's your age now? I turned, in May, I turned 30 in May. Moved over from 29 to 30. Well, I'm in my 50s. That's not bad. Getting older is good. I mean, I hope I can live till 50. Sometimes I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'm gonna get to 50. I think it's a blessing to live. To be older, I mean, it's a blessing considering like the amount of people that don't get an opportunity to even live till, you know. Like I had a guy that I knew that passed away at 18 years old, which is like freaking wild. So use this decade to level up, invest your money below your means until, yeah, for sure. So I think like, especially when you're young, it's important to really like focus on learning a skill, focus on really learning something that could, you know, that can get you to a point where you can have a very valuable skill. Because people don't realize how fast time flies, and like I wasted my early 20s. That's one thing I regret, is I wasted my early 20s just having fun, not taking life seriously. And then the older I got, I'm like, crap, I need to start taking this more seriously. Because then life really smacks you in the face if you waste your 20s just having fun and stuff. Most people do, so don't regret if you have time. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that most people, yeah. You're 79? Yeah, that's true. Our brains don't develop, Oh. I thought you said you were 79. Like, dang. When somebody tells me they're like when somebody tells me they're like 80. Oh. Trump? Yeah, look at Trump. He's like in his 80s. I think he's in his 80s already, isn't he? Well, most people tell me they're like 79, 80. I don't look at it. I don't look at it as like, dang, that's old. I look at it as like, man, I hope I could live till 79. Obviously healthy, right? Bro, now this price is just going sideways. The closer we get to 11, price just goes sideways at 11. Eat well and take care of your health. Yeah, that's important. It's very easy, especially when you're young. Especially when you're young, you just kind of eat whatever. You eat a bunch of junk food because it doesn't, like, you don't feel the effects of it until later on in life. I think it's important to stay active. Like, exercise, right? Try to hit, I personally try to hit at least 10,000 steps a day. Like, I have the step counter on my phone. Like, I do my best to try to hit that 10,000 steps. But I think they came out with a study that said you don't even need 10,000 steps. You need 7,000 steps. Before, it used to be like the theory was 10,000 steps a day. Now they're saying it's not 10,000, it's 7,000. Latina 48. My opinion, the manipulative market. Hold on, just to be aware, focus with it. Yeah. 10K is like a walk around Disneyland. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I live like what, 2 hours away from Disneyland. M2 hard drive, best. Yeah, that. I wish I can stream on TikTok and That's the one thing that sucks about. I have to have Windows to stream on TikTok, so I have to use a computer that's not really suited for streaming. When I have a good computer that's a Mac, but I can't use that. Hey, what's up? London low is 23,415 and Asia low is. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for that's my next level is London lows down there. Is that London low, right? 415? Yeah. Which is also pre-market wait. No, pre-market low. No, that's not pre-market low. Okay, London low, yeah. Pre-market low is a little further below that. But yeah, that's kind of, these next levels would be areas of interest down here. We'll see. Set alerts, I'm taking my dogs on a walk. Yeah, setting alerts is not a bad idea. Like, if you're looking for a level so you don't have to sit there and wait for that level, boom, level is hit. Now you just open up your chart and wait for an entry. I want to go for a walk. I'm getting hungry with all this chop. Yeah, I started eating breakfast. I typically didn't eat breakfast. I started getting up early and eating breakfast. seen your video walking your rich neighborhood. That's not my neighborhood. That's where I like to go for walks. Bro, I'm not at that level yet. That's a it's a pretty expensive neighborhood. They got houses there that are like $5 to $10 million. I do the math on that. Like, there was a house on that block selling for like 10 mil. I do the math on that. I'm like, holy, like, bruh, somebody's spending like $80,000 a month on a house. It's freaking wild. Like, can you imagine the money you need to make? Like, to afford an $80,000 mortgage, you need to make at least, like, in my eyes, at least like $500,000 a month. Or, I mean, I guess a couple $100,000, at least $200,000. What is 30%? Because they say, right, you need at least 30%, rent should not be more than 30% of your... No, I'm not. No, I'm not at that level with trading. I hope one day to be at that level with trading, but trading or cars? Maybe I can get cars to that level too. So I'm trying to build up my the car business too. I like cars. That's the thing. I like it. So hopefully I can. I do know I do know somebody. He's in his early 20s. He's younger than me. He's doing the same thing as me. Pretty like exact same thing as me in the car industry, the cars I buy and everything. And bruh, I feel so behind. He just bought last week. He just bought a Lambo, and I'm like, freaking A, I'm so behind him. I need to get more focused. And get more focused on my trading and my the car business. Like I don't have a crap ton of cars right now. I have like 8 cars right now. I mean, which is not like a lot considering. Just got a SUV or sedan. All you need, trust me. I have a trust. I can love it. Cars to sell, cars that are yours. No, cars to sell. I don't really keep any cars. Just cause like I just want to sell them. I enjoy them for a little bit and I just post them up for sale. I have a few cars that I keep. The cars that I'm keeping, I have 3 cars that I'm not selling, that I'm keeping. And then I have 8 cars, and those 3 cars aren't included in the 8. I have 8 cars that I have to sell, and I have 3 cars that I keep for myself. I have 1 collectible car, 1 car I have as an investment. I already got a good ROI on that car. I bought that car when it was like $2K. It was around $2,000. Now the car is worth around $15,000. So I'm never gonna sell that car. I'm always gonna I'm just gonna keep it and just gonna get passed on from probably generation to generation. Toyota is good, yeah. It just depends on what, like, are you somebody who wants if you look for reliability, obviously you can't really go wrong with Toyotas or Hondas. Stay away from Nissan, Kias and Nissans, stay away from those. Anything, look it up. If you ever decide to get a car, here's a big tip for you that could save you thousands of dollars. If you ever get a car, make sure never to get anything with a CVT transmission. And then in general, Kias and Nissans, a lot of Nissans have CVTs. Just Nissans and Kias have issues. I don't know about the newer, like the super new ones. Maybe you can find one that doesn't have issues, but you know, they're kind of known to be. Well, I drive 1,000 miles a year? Dang. 1,000 miles a year? I drive like 1,000 miles a month. I had a Kia that I didn't change the oil for 30,000. It just ran fine. 30,000 is crazy. It depends what Kia. Like the older ones, if you had an older Kia, the older ones aren't bad. Some of the newer ones have issues. You just got to do your research. Any time before buying a car, always look at the major defects the car has. I actually just recently bought a car. I bought to resell. I bought a 2015. I bought a 2015 Hyundai Sonata, and I didn't realize that those Sonatas had engine problems. Like freaking A. I hope mine doesn't end up having an engine problem. I just drive a lot. I drive a lot, especially for work, because of the work I do, right? Like yesterday, I had to go to this place, and that's part of the reason I love what I do, like the job, why I love cars, because like my day is so active. Like I'll go drive there to get this part, and I'll go drive there to pick this up, and I'll go drive to this dealership to pick up this part, and I'm like, a lot of times I'm driving around and coming back, working on cars, and then I go drive around, have to get this, and my day goes by so fast. Like yesterday I was working, I had a 10-hour day yesterday. So it's like I mean I enjoy it. The feeling you get when you like when you're working toward a goal and you have a very productive day, it just feels good. Do you know if it's true about the date of the car you made makes a difference, like Monday compared to... Wait, what? I don't understand your question. The feature to have collision wording so good. Oh. Oh, when it's assembled? No, I don't think so. I've never heard that. Bro, I know some, like, funny... Thing about with cars, you gotta be careful. I know somebody... I've never made this mistake because I learned from other people's, but... I knew somebody that was working on a car. And so inside of a car... You have an airbag module inside your car, right? And that airbag module is designed so that if your car ends up flipping over, your airbags deploy, right? So I know somebody that was working on a car and he forgot to disconnect. He didn't disconnect the battery. And what happens when you don't disconnect the battery and when you don't disconnect the battery and discharge the system, right? If you end up taking that airbag module and flipping it upside down, all the airbags in your car deploy because the computer thinks that the car flipped over. So all the airbags deploy. And I had somebody do that. He didn't realize it. He had his system was still like, there was still power in it. He took the module, he flipped it upside down to disconnect it, and just every airbag in the car deployed. And it's just like thousands of dollars down the drain. It's right. Replacing airbags is very expensive because it rips stuff, right? It rips your headliner, it rips your seats, it just destroys your whole car. So I'm very cautious. If I do anything with an airbag, it's like, you have to be super careful. They're literally like bombs inside of your car. It says the VIN, when it was assembled, it says on the VIN or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it'll say it on the, it's on the door, but I don't think it matters when the car, that only matters if there's a recall. Sometimes when there's a recall to a car, they will tell you, like, these cars from this year to this year have been recalled. Then it kind of matters, but other than that, it doesn't matter. Like, people don't know the VIN number to a car. It will tell you inside the VIN number when that car was made, and, like, it's just not a bunch of random numbers. Like, the numbers actually mean something, like, in a sequence. When you understand, like, what every number means, you can look at a VIN number and go, oh, this car was made on this date and this, that. I'll keep my car with a 6-year warranty or half, but it's worth... Yeah, it is worth it. We're just, like, chopping. Alright, we took out that low. Now it's just, like, that internal low. I don't... Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, my gosh. Still didn't. This internal low here is just not getting swept. We're just getting straight chop. We're getting movement to the downside, though. I mean, it's making lower highs. Right? It's making, starting to make kind of... it's taking out some internal highs, but... Cross track? Yeah, it's not a bad car. Man, price is just, I may hop off soon. I'll give it till 11:30. I'll just hop off at 11:30. Just put in a sell for 1 micro, set the TP and stop and shut it down. Yeah, that's not bad. Sometimes it's best to not get that emotion. I know people who do that. You don't get that emotion of sitting there watching price action. You have your stop gets hit. You have a plan. If your stop gets hit, it gets hit. It is what it is. Subaru SUV. 18,000 miles on my Civic. 7 years. Dang. Yeah, you really don't drive. I like buying cars from people like you. I bought a lot of cars that like have very low miles. You hate it? Why do you hate it? You hate putting miles on your car? Think we take previous day's high? I think so. I mean, at this moment, I think it wants to go for those highs up there. That 616 level up there. Said as long as we stay above this gap here, this is in my eyes, right? As long as we stay above this gap, above view op, above the 200, above the view op, we're pretty bullish. Once we start getting below view op, below the 200, inversing this gap, then I think it wants to go for those pre-market lows down there. But as of now, it looks like price is still holding up, you know. It's still bullish at this point. We inversed this. There's a 15-minute gap that got inversed too. So that's a big bullish sign too. Do I buy? I wish I could tell you that. I wish I could. Thoughts on a company that provides crazy deep back tests on your specific trading strategy? Yeah, that's not bad. If you have like a very systematic strategy, it's not bad to back test. At least pay like I don't know if you could do monthly, pay for like 1 month or something. I've never done it, but it is a good idea because you can back test years, right? You can do years of back testing, 5-10 years of back testing, which realistically, right, without a software, I mean, you're not going to do 10 years of back testing manually. So what time frame did you mark out the gap you're using as support? The gap was on the 1 minute, but I'll show you. Gap was on the 1 minute, but the low was on the 15 minute. So I mark out these major levels on a 15 minute. See, this is a major level. These are equal lows as a major level. This is another major level, right? So anytime we tap into a level, have a big move off it, tap into a level, big move off. These are all major levels on a chart. This was also a major level here, but we had another one that was more interesting up here. This is also a major level though that it ended up tapping and rejecting off of. So I mark out these levels on a 15-minute time frame, and then I drop to a 1 minute chart to look for my entries. And then typically I look for 3 things, right? I look for price to sweep that level, a major level, V-shape out of it, so it sweeps it. Buyers start stepping in aggressively, and then we get a gap. We get a bearish gap that gets inversed, and I typically like to buy at the close above the gap on the 1 minute time frame. So 1 minute closure above it, and then I target whatever the next whatever the next liquidity is. So obviously the highest area of probability would be these highs up here. So that's what price did, closed above the gap. And see, we didn't really, also I like to see, price didn't have anything stopping it, right? Like if there were gaps here, then price could have an area to stop it. But price kind of like, it had a little sideways movement because news was coming out at 10 o'clock. But pretty much after news came out, it went to that TP, that high. It took out that high and ended up rejecting off it, but just took an entry long. Yeah, I mean, not a bad entry. You just got to be careful. Make sure you have your stop loss set in place just in case doesn't go in your favor. You can get out of the trade and take a loss, but always have a TP and a stop loss. Got stopped at a break even. That's not following your plan. Better to be stopped at a break even than take a loss. That's for sure. Oh, just focused on gaps. Yeah, just be careful on 1 minute chart. If you don't chart on a higher time frame and you solely just only focus on the 1 minute chart, you can get really like kind of messed up because there's a lot of fake outs. The problem with the 1 minute chart, there's a lot of fake outs. So you kind of have to have your higher time frame areas to then kind of drop to a lower time frame when price gets to those higher time frame levels. Because I used to do that. I used to solely trade on a 1 minute chart without looking at any higher time frame. And like a lot of you just get chopped around a lot. Like you think it's a good trade, but then it just stops you out. Yeah. Hopping from 5:15. Yeah, so those are good time frames. Those are like 5:15 and 1 hour. Definitely good time frames to keep an eye out on. Alright, I'm gonna hop off soon. I gotta go to the store. Oh. I gotta get a Celsius. Kinda tired. These past few nights, I haven't been falling asleep till like 3 a.m. I don't know why. But I gotta get a Celsius or something. So price action was not bad today. Honestly, it was not bad. Other than kind of other than this, right? I wanted price to take out this high before and potentially, you know, take a short off of that. I was looking for this big move down, but I wanted it to take out this high first before it had this big move down. So I ended up having the move, but I ended up taking this big move back up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but not a bad day. I mean, ended the note on a green day is good. $570s. Yeah, see you tomorrow. 570. Yeah, it could. It hasn't taken out any, see, it may take out this low. Prices vary. This is why I don't like trading after 11. Prices vary just sideways after 11. Like, we don't get big moves. We just kind of like, we kind of go down and go up a little bit, go down a little bit, take out an internal low, go take out an internal high, and it's just like, ah. Oh, we're getting a, so it took out this internal low here, right? We got an internal low right there. It took out that low. Maybe it'll start bouncing off the 200, take out that low, and then start moving back up. First 30-minute opening range, and maybe 1 hour close. Has it broke through the 30-minute opening range? I mean, obviously it has, but wait. The first the first 30 minutes of the market open, yeah. Yeah, this seems like a pretty good trade. Depending on where you take TPs and stuff, I mean. All right, we took out that. We have a little gap. I don't trade the 1 minute, but kind of interesting to see what happens here. Like, I used to try to trade this stuff, this crap right here. Typically, there's just too much fake outs on the 1 minute chart to take 1 minute liquidity sweeps, and you know, sometimes it works, but a lot of times you just get stopped out and it's just not worth it. Oh, it's the hour now. Yeah, opening range breakouts is a good strategy. A lot of the 15-minute opening range is like probably, from what I know, it's like one of the most popular ones is 15-minute. But, all right. Let's see. All right. I've been on for over 2 hours, so I'm gonna call it a morning. Oh, okay. Especially all. Yeah, that's why you gotta stick to a strategy, and the more you stick to that strategy, the more you learn off that strategy, and the better you get trading that strategy. But strategy hopping is what like hurts a lot of people. Is when people strategy hop to different strategies. It'll help you a little bit because you learn different strategies, but in the end, you're like hopping to everything and you never learn anything. You kind of learn a little bit of everything, but you're just, you know, all you know is a little bit of everything, but you're not good at any strategy. But, ugh. Make or break, yeah. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. I'll be back tomorrow, so hopefully we can get good price action tomorrow again. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace out.